Why do you think we have less billionaires in Africa?
Our economies are too small. That's why we cannot have billionaires. Or it's difficult to have billionaires. And most of our business people are concentrated only in their countries. So with your economy, there's no way you can make that amount of money. Egypt, for example, the population of Egypt, I think, is about 80 million. The population of Ghana is what, 18, 20 million?
Yeah, 30 million.
30 million, so it's not much. So the economy is not big enough to create billionaires. Nigeria, yes, the population is big enough to create billionaires, and they have the wealth, they have the natural resources. I mean, in Africa, most governments will tell you, oh, the private sector is the engine of growth. But let me tell you one thing generally in Africa. If somebody in the private sector, makes that amount of money, the politicians are scared of him because they think his next step is politics. So they don't want you to be that rich so that you have that control. And also, but we've seen it. We've seen some people, once they make the money, the next thing they want to do is to get into politics. So again, vice versa, the politicians, when they make money in politics, they want to go into business. So I would advise the businessmen, please stay in business. Politicians, please stay in politics. I am staying in business. I am not going anywhere close to politics.
Entrepreneurs like Taf makes me feel so proud as an African. You know why? Because he's a man that believes in Africa, believes in Africans, and most importantly, he believes that a black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Yes, everything I have was made in Africa. I was born in Africa, raised in Africa, and made in Africa.
So does it mean that it's possible to make it in Africa as an African?
It's very possible as an African. And we've seen so many Africans who's made their wealth in Africa.
So why do Africans feel like it's not possible to make it in Africa?
Well, the game of football, let's take the game of football. In the game of football, the ball is there and it's for 22 of you. Anybody who has the ball has to go for the ball. So you go for the opportunities. There are opportunities. Some see it as a challenge. People like us, we see it as an opportunity.
I feel like if you're watching this video, we should all come together and give him a round of applause. And if you cannot clap your hands, just like this video to appreciate a man with integrity, a humble man that has so much passion to develop Africa. When we first ever met, this was his vision.
Over the next 20 years is to develop 1 million homes across sub-Saharan Africa. And that's why we're in Nigeria.
I've known him for the past 3 years, and I must confess, Taf always walked the talk. Within a space of 3 years, he returned to Gambia to build Taf City.
Clusters of estates are being built. By December this year, inshallah, the whole estate will be ready and people will be living here. There you go, go on. Wow!
He's well known for a sustainable, affordable housing.
With our development, number one is sustainability. So obviously with the environment, you saw what's happening in Dubai.
Yeah.
With rain and everything. Here in West Africa, you've noticed the heat. So we really need to plant as many trees as possible. So what we do, the general formula is that for every house that we build, we plant 5 fruit trees. So you feed people. And along the streets, on average, for every 4 meters, for example, from there, you go 1, 2, 3, 4 meters, there's a royal palm. And in this case, because it's in a boulevard, we put in 2 of them. So you can imagine, for example, all the streets along here.
Yeah.
In the next 5-7 years, like you'll go to see the estate that you visited, how mature the trees are. Everywhere will be green.
That's more like your signature.
Yes.
If you say it's going to be affordable, how much will it cost me to buy a bungalow, like a 2-bedroom bungalow?
For example, here it's costing about $25,000 in dollar terms. But the nice thing about Nigeria is that all the goods that we use are manufactured here. And we're doing semi-finishes. So it's affordable. So you have first access to the land. The land is properly all demarcated, all laid out properly. And then you have proper title, which is a challenge in Africa.
Yep.
So you have your proper title. Now when you move in, then you have a choice. But when I walk into our model homes, we're showing people that, look, when you buy it as a semi-finished house, you can now go on to finish it up like this.
and the visionary leader is back again in Nigeria for Greater Taft City. So this is Greater Taft City.
Yes.
Taft City is the Gambia.
Taft City in the Gambia. Sierra Leone is Taft Salone, micro city.
Okay.
Actually, my general manager said, no, don't call us micro. You know, they're small. Because Taft City is 5,000 houses,
okay,
500 hectares. Taft Salone, 5,000 houses. We only have 80 hectares for now, but we're going to get more.
Yeah.
Port Harcourt Greater Port Harcourt is a new development.
Okay.
It is something they've redesigned the whole city. And it's not only here, but it's the whole of Port Harcourt is going to be redesigned again. It's like a urban renewal. So we're in partnership with them, and we're handling their affordable housing scheme for them. In here, there'll be 3,000.
Okay.
But not only 3,000 homes, but all the amenities. So if you live here, you don't get out of here. Everything that you want should be here. Shopping mall, schools, a police station, fire station, mosque, church, cemetery,
cemetery in here?
Yeah, play fields, anything that you want. People die now, so you have to have a cemetery.
How many people are working here currently?
Currently, we have started 435 houses, and on average, for every house, say between 20 and 25. So do the maths. Close to 8,000 people are working here already.
You must be fulfilled anytime you walk in here, seeing the number of people working on site. How do you feel? Because even though this does not belong to me, but I'm so happy.
Well, I feel good. I feel really good. Yes, very much fulfilled that I am putting food on the table that is much needed in Africa. So I feel good. While these guys are here working, you're really taking them off the street. Here in Port Harcourt, I mean, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of young people who are idling. But the moment we come into a community like this and we start building, crime just goes down. Because we offer opportunity to young people to pick up a trade, to work, and obviously put food on the table. So I'm fulfilled, yeah, I'm really fulfilled seeing this. Well, I'm Mustafa Njai, aka Taft. Started my business 34 years ago. But as you know, I started all this being a very stubborn young man, just like your trajectory. You know, I left high school when every young man wanted to go into university and study, have a degree, get a white-collar job. I finished high school in 1975 at the age of 18 and wanted to pursue being a carpenter.
So you literally did not go to university?
No, I didn't.
You ended up becoming a carpenter?
Yes. When I was so good in woodwork, you know, and so in high school, there were only 3 high schools at our time. You know, that was a long time ago in the Gambia.
Yeah.
So I was out of the best high schools in the Gambia. So I finished, and because I was so good in woodwork, I was employed to teach, you know, 3 months later as a junior teacher. So in the same school that I was, by June I graduated. September I was employed to be a junior teacher in woodwork. And that was how my career started. And I just loved it. I followed my passion.
And how did a carpenter become a real estate developer?
Well, fast track, I mean, from carpentry, I joined a British firm. I was in construction in the Gambia called Balfour Beatty. I was employed as an engineer's assistant. And basically what I should have spent learning in university, I learned it on the job. You know, I was working with trained British engineers, so I learned everything on the job. Fast track, I worked for 15 good years, you know, doing my apprenticeship, which is important to the young people. So I worked for 4 different employers, but 3 mainly in construction. Then I started my own business, first starting with conventional construction. So when somebody has a house to build, I will build it for him or for her. And then I started tendering for jobs, you know, for internationally funded jobs or government funded jobs. But in 2000, I just had this niche to build for mainly Africans or Gambians who are living in the diaspora. You know the story everywhere.
Yeah.
They wanted houses and they would spend money and they would not get their houses. And that's how it really started. Started with 5 houses, you know, and it got sold out. I said, wow, so there's a demand. So my first mass housing was in the Gambia, called Yarambamba.
Okay.
210 units on 10 hectares. At the time, we were selling it at $15,000 finished. It also got sold out in 1 year. So the next one I did was 600 units in Brookfield Gardens. And then I can't just stop. From there, I mean, I've been now looking at, because I was growing so big and so fast, I just thought, look, Gambia was too small for me. I felt it at a very early stage that, look, if I really want to do what I want to do and fulfill my dream, I need to get out of the source of the Gambia. So 2012, I came to Nigeria and met then the governor of River State, signed up a golf estate of 1,200 units. Today, it's history. You'll see it later. And then, you remember, I told you that anything that's less than 1,000, I wasn't interested.
You're not interested.
But you know, not only 1,000 now, I am multiplying 1,000 by 20. And bigger than 20, there's something in cooking, when people hear it, it's mind-blowing.
With all these things that you're doing, what is that one quote, yeah, that keeps you going?
Teamwork. Teamwork. Look, I have the expertise, and like all of us, you know, Bill Gates with Microsoft and all his wealth, he's just an individual. I'm sure he doesn't know maybe 99% of his employees.
Yep.
Tesla, what's the guy's name again?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. He doesn't know probably 99.9% of his employees. And Africans need to understand this. So what I'm doing now is taking that route where we are branding. We've branded our product, so it's a tough house. So now I dilute myself, or I clone people to work for me. Like today, if you went to the Gambia and spoke to my general manager, she will tell you exactly how things do. I don't need to be there. An African needs to learn this, that, you know, there's a time in life, and very short. Physically, I am 67 years old. I cannot do what I was doing, you know, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But God forbid, if I drop dead, life, it continues. And we need to see now, you know, African businesses, you know, moving from one generation to the other. There must be continuity. There must be, you know, business transforming from one generation to the other. So that's my focus.
It means you believe in generational wealth.
Oh yes, oh yes. It's a must. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. Whatever you are doing, make sure that there's good governance. It's accountable, legally structured, you know, with discipline, and that is it. Then you, at the end of the day, you are totally irrelevant. You know, actually, if I walk down the side here now, not everybody knows me. They don't know me, and it's very important. They don't have to know who I am. I can walk in the street and doing all this in Port Harcourt, they don't know who I am. That's irrelevant. And we need to now think as Africans, if we want to develop, we need to stop that issue of, you know, holding things to ourselves. Because if you think back maybe 2 generations before us, there were some businesses that were doing very well.
Yeah.
Now they've just disappeared. Because it was all centered around one person. If you drop dead, that is it. The family is not built, it's a family business. They're not prepared well enough to move on. So for my business, like here in Nigeria, there's not a single Gambian within this structure. There's no Gambian, they're all 100% Nigerian.
Like everyone working in here?
Yes, 100%. My management, the most hospitable people in Africa are the Nigerians. I am talking from living in Nigeria for the past 12 years. I love Nigeria. Look, there are the ups and downs of Nigeria because of size. 200 million people and counting. But honestly and fairly, I mean, I have found Nigerians to be very hospitable. They are go-getters. They can be very aggressive, you know. But I thank God, honestly, I know my way around here. I know my way around here. Yes, there are difficulties, like challenges, like everywhere in the world. But this is the place to be.
With a project like this is massive, right?
Yes, yes.
How do you fund such projects?
How do I fund it?
Such
now,
projects,
funding, what we do first is, obviously, as a business that has existed for 30 years, we have our own money.
Okay.
We've saved enough so that the seed capital that is needed, one, for pre-construction, we finance it. And that's a must. We cannot come to somebody to finance it for us. So all the studies that we do, everything is funded by us. And then the seed capital to start the business is done by us. And actually nowadays, we don't use any bank financing. We're not looking for bank financing.
Wow.
Because look, Maya, you are in Ghana. What are the interest rates in Ghana?
30%.
30%. In Sierra Leone, in Nigeria, it's the same. Sierra Leone is the same. Gambia, about 20%. Do you make 30% profit?
No.
So why should you work for somebody else? So we don't look for bank financing, because the only way we can access financing or use financing is if it's single digit. Because otherwise we pass on this cost to the client, the cost of finance. So it's 30% more expensive just for the finance. So what we do is we bring in our own money first, which costs us nothing, and then within our cash flow, we start selling off plan.
Wow.
People pay some deposits. But remember, you can only do this once you've built a brand. Because we have a brand.
And the brand has integrity.
Yes, so people know that, look, if I pay 20% to TAF Africa Global, you know, they will not run away with my money. So again, an advice to the young ones, because I always want to link it to the young ones. Because often, which you hear all the time, oh, how can I be like you, Maya? Or Mr. TAF, how can I be like you? They need to do your apprenticeship, number one, and then build up those values that people will trust you.
TAF, are you a billionaire?
I'm not a billionaire. You know what a billion is in dollars?
Yeah.
It's $1,000 million.
Yeah.
I think in terms of asset value, I am a millionaire in dollars.
TAF, that's
so to have 1,000, I don't have $1,000 million. I don't have it. Asset? Oh, no, I don't have it. Oh, no, I don't have it. I can tell you, I'm not a billionaire. But if you want to address me as a millionaire, you can. I have more than $1 million. Anybody who's got more than $1 million, yes, then you are a millionaire. But for me, that's totally irrelevant. And I've told you this over and over and over
this
again.
This is the first time you're telling me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's irrelevant. And in other interviews
why is it irrelevant?
Because that doesn't matter to me. For me now, what is most important is positively impacting lives. That's what I enjoy. Look, the money is only good in the bank. And they will tell you, okay, let's say you have $2 million. What is it? You have 2,000,6 zeros somewhere. You cannot even touch it. Have you heard, what's his name? Dangote, when he said about when he wanted to be sure he has money, what he did?
You know, and one day I went to a bank.
Yeah.
You know, at that time there were no restrictions of this, and I wrote a check and cash $10 million, and I took it home.
For yourself?
For myself, yes.
You cashed $10 million from the bank?
Yes.
Yes, and took it?
I put it in the boot of my vehicle, but I brought it, and I went there by myself. I drove myself to the bank, I cashed the money, and you know, I put it in my room, and I looked at the money, and I took it back to the bank the next day.
I'm sure Dangote, if you ask him from his wallet, he will not even take out $10 or $1,000.
Can I ask you how much money you have in your wallet today?
Today?
Yeah, how much money you have in your pocket?
You'll be very, very surprised. I don't even have, not even $1, nothing.
You have no money on you?
Nothing. Okay. Nothing. I have nothing.
So for me, that is irrelevant. But what I enjoy really, that I have a passion for, is impacting people's lives. I love that, where it's least expected.
So let's be like you're a billionaire in terms of impacting people's lives. So let's talk about being a billionaire in that aspect. Are you touching billion lives so far?
No. Because a billion lives, our populations are quite small. You know, even in Nigeria, it's only 200 million. And I haven't touched 200 million lives, to be realistic. Even in the Gambia, I haven't touched everybody's lives. And it is irrelevant now counting the numbers. What is important is once you touch one life, then they will now go on and touch others. It's like a pyramid. I am sitting at the top, you know, so whatever I do, when you go down the base, it widens up. And that's what's important. And I don't even have to directly touch the lives of those at the base of the pyramid. So for me, that's what I do, and that's what I love. And I want to be remembered doing that. I want to die every day, to the last second, just touching people's lives. Reducing inequality. The issue is not about me having $1 million. No. The world is a huge cake. And in that cake, we all cannot have equal shares. But let every person have a taste of that cake. But what our leaders do today, in every aspect, they want to eat all the cake and some will go hungry and die in it. That is wrong.
Do you have a problem with the leadership in Africa?
Or as always, everywhere. We're trying as much as possible, you know, but leadership, because it's personalized. When you're a leader, you are there to serve your followers. So every single leader, regardless of where you are, whether you are in the church, in the mosque, whether you are leading a football team or a basketball team, whether you are leading in politics, wherever you are, please know that it's not about you. It's about people who you leave behind. So we need to understand that, you know, the human flesh, we cannot live beyond, these days, average 80 years. But your legacy should be, you should be remembered for the good deeds that you have done. And that's what I stand for. I want to be remembered that, look, this is the man who worked on the design of a house that has now gone across Africa and is providing shelter and also employment for the most needed in Africa.
Now I want to know the type of houses that you're building in here.
Okay, now let me tell you first, Maya, in trying to develop 1 million homes, you know, across different countries, I have worked out and done my research on the needs of the people. That look, you can no longer be living in a mansion or a big house. Simple reason, let's work on data. Data is key.
Yeah.
The population of West Africa is about over 400 million.
Yep.
Population growth is about 2.5% or so per annum. So simply meaning 1% is what? 4 million? Yes,
yeah.
1% is 4 million.
Yeah.
So 2.5. For every year, you're going to have 2.5 million or more, you know, new lives. So therefore, land is becoming scarce. I can talk about Gambia, for example. Population density in Gambia, it's the 5th or 6th most dense in the continent. And the same thing in all these West African countries. So what I've done is first to make sure that we set up a design that is concise and also reasonable because of cost. So we have 3 different designs now. Now in every country, the same design is given a local name.
Okay.
For example, here in the Gambia, this is the most affordable, sorry, in Nigeria, this is the most affordable, and it's 7 meters by 7 meters, 49 square meters, and it's called the Charity.
Charity.
Charity. Named after a lady. I only name my houses after ladies.
It's a ladies' man.
Yes. and then in Sierra Leone, it is called the Saleh.
Okay.
In the Gambia, it's called the Mariatu.
Okay.
So let me ask you now, you be on the other side. If I come to Ghana with this, what name should I give it? Ladies' name. Trudy. Trudy, huh? So Trudy, get ready. So this is 7 by 7 meters. So it's a starter home.
Okay.
So you start from there. And what we're doing now in Nigeria, we're selling semi-finished. As you can see now, we build the structure, give you a parcel of land that is 250 square meters, 10 by 25.
Okay.
So you have space to build another one. Imagine 250 less 50. So it means that the space that is left is 4 times bigger than the house itself.
Wow.
So you have a lot of space.
So you can build your own house.
You can build your own house if you want. So now in here, let me walk you through. You do the structure, do the roof, no ceiling. You do the pipe work for the electrical. You do the pipe work for the electrical. And here you go. So now you have a decent living room. So living and dining. So it's a starter home. If you go to England, with due respect to them, they live in even smaller houses than this with big families.
Yeah.
So that's what we've done here. Good ventilation. We leave the ceiling for you to complete it. So as you make money, you can be buying your materials and finishing it yourself.
Okay.
Now, on the left-hand side here is the kitchen. So if you want, this wall can go, and you can have a counter here. So it's an open kitchen. So there you go. We've put the pipes in. The pipes are all in. So you can finish it up with your tiles, and then, you know, put your counter, whatever, and finish it up. But the thing is, it can grow. I mean, if it's for civil servants, as you make money monthly or 3 monthly, you can buy 5 square meters of tiles, do the tiles, you can buy a door, and so on. So there, from here, you have 1 bedroom here. So here you have a bedroom here.
Yeah.
It's ensuite. So you call it a master's bedroom.
Yeah, master bedroom.
You know, but reasonable. I mean, Maya, think about it.
Yeah.
What do you need in a bedroom?
Just a bed.
A bed. How big is a bed? If it's a master even, it's 1.8 meters by 1.8 meters.
Yeah.
That's less than 4 square meters.
Yep.
So then a wardrobe, the area of an wardrobe is not more than 1.5 meters.
Yeah.
So 5.5 meters, square meters. Then some space, double it up. You don't need more than 10 square meters for a bedroom.
And this is the beginning of life.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
I mean, you don't need anything
So you've got your ensuite there, and then you have a second bedroom here. You have a toilet this here, so the guests that you have can use this, and then this bedroom, which is the second one, can use this one.
Oh, okay.
And from here, you can graduate into something else. In the West, that's what it happens.
Yep. So how much will you sell this one?
This is about $22,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, $22,000.
So that, does it mean that, I mean, someone can buy it, finish it, and add, you know, the finishing amount of money to it, and then you sell it to another person?
Yes, yes, you can. You can. But we're trying to address the first-time buyers. We don't want to encourage people who speculate. Because if you open it up that much, you will never address, you know, those who are in absolute need of housing. Somebody has money, so he sees an opportunity, come and buys a lot, and then starts speculating. That's not what we do here. So because remember, this is very political because the government put in the land at no cost. Oh. So they want their citizens to have access to this. So we're now talking to mortgage banks to give them mortgages. But those who are buying now, they have a 1-year payment plan with us. Wow. They pay 20%, and then they will pay monthly for a year.
So is it sold out, or is it still selling?
This type here in the first phase is sold out. Initially, when we first started, people thought, oh, it's too small, this will not sell. It's the first one to go.
Okay.
So this is the charity. Let me now take you to the second one. The second one is the favor. We give you more land, so you have 300 square meters here. This is a different design, but we start with a 2-bedroom, bigger 2-bedroom. This is 73 square meters. Remember the first one was 50?
Yeah.
This is 73 square meters. The land here is 300 square meters instead of 250. Now, let me walk you in here.
That's the favor you get. You get the
That's the favor.
Extra 50.
Yeah, this is the favor. Yeah. So in the favor here, which I think we should stop here because the favor, you can now expand it to a blessing. So in the favor, you see, you have a bigger living and dining. Both the favor and the blessing are the same size as far as the living room is concerned.
Okay.
Okay? Now you have the kitchen here. The kitchen is the same size as the blessing.
Yeah.
So this is the same. This is the kitchen here. It has an outdoor there. And then here you have a toilet which will be shared by this bedroom and also for guests. Then here you have now 1 bedroom, and the master bedroom is here.
He's sleeping.
Yeah. So master bedroom is here, which is ensuite. Yeah. Now, when you open up, you can extend this from the outside to make it a 3-bedroom.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so when you go outside, I will show you.
the space at the back is
the
big.
The space at the back to extend it.
Yeah.
And the cost of this is about $27,000, as it is.
So, favor is 27,000.
The charity?
Charity is 22.
24,000. And the blessing is 30,000.
This is the finished.
Yeah, this is the charity that is finished.
But does it mean that you're not selling a finished house?
No, we don't do the finished because we want to mass produce. So we just do the semi-finished and then we sell it to you. Now you can take your own time and then finish it. But remember, I have built an ecosystem here. Like these painters, you can now contract them out to paint your house for you. The guys who are doing the windows, you can buy windows from them. The guys doing the tiles, you can buy it from them. So we're not dealing with it. We just want to now complete the first step of having a finished house. But I will be just doing these model homes so you can see how good it is when it's all ready.
Because I really want to know what is so unique about this property that I need to buy.
Okay, one thing I would say is this is one of a kind you find here in Port Harcourt City. Okay. And being that people need a brand they can work with, a brand they can trust, that can deliver. Now you're working with something or you're investing in something that you have assurance with. You have assurance for their delivery. So buying a property here, this is fresh investment, fresh development. And being that it's just along the airport road, come on, in Port Harcourt City, whenever people come into the city, they always ask, what's happening around the airport area is not as beautiful as we want it to be. And that's why we are here. We want people to see that beauty, people like you. Now coming in here and seeing this much development, you would love to stay here. And being that the infrastructures, we're not just building house and just spreading it out there. We're giving you quality, we're giving you infrastructures, services that will keep you comfortable within one city. Now as you come in here, you have your medical facilities available, water reticulation, proper road networks, you have your shopping malls and all, you know, a garden and park. We try to maintain the eco look of the place. So we're planting gardens, trees and all, so the place is healthy, conducive, accommodating. So living here, you don't need the hustle and bustle of the city, my dear.
Tough.
Yes.
3 years ago when I met you, you're a real estate mogul, you know, it's a real estate mogul. But now I'm even confused because I feel like I created a mini WODEMAYA.
Yes.
No, what has changed, man? I see you all over the place, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah. Are you an influencer now?
Yes, I am. I think I am. But I want to be like you. I want to have those followers. I don't make money out of it. I do it out of fun. Yes. I think I influence. What I do is, and I learned from you, and I definitely need to give you the compliments. Since I met you, it completely changed my attitude towards media. I understood what it meant to be visible.
Okay.
That look, whatever you are doing in life, be there, you know? But again, so that's one thing we need to learn as Africans, that there's enough for everybody. And I learned that from you in media. How many people have you built in media? There are so many. Don't even name names. You're never jealous that, you know, oh, if he comes in, he will take my business.
No.
We have in a lot of businesses. But here you are always trying to get people to get involved, teach them. You remember when you came to Gambia?
Yeah.
And I had my academy?
Yeah.
You offered to teach them how to make money on YouTube.
Yeah.
So really, that's a lesson to learn. And so influencing people, you know, and inspiring people is not about age. It's not about education. It's not about race. It has to be in your heart that you are ready to share. And you share it with me. Now you have turned me into a media giant.
And that is why I'm here once again to let you guys know that I believe in transfer of knowledge, yeah? And when you watch TAF, you get to learn a lot. Personally, there's so many things that I've learned since the day you became an influencer that when I was here, when I met you, I couldn't learn that in that short time. So I follow this page, subscribe to his YouTube channel, watch his videos, and this is what you all need to do. If you really want to be a giant or if you want to be like TAF, you don't need to meet him. Go follow him on Instagram, subscribe to his YouTube channel, and don't be left out. Subscribe to TAF now.
Thank you. That's my son, man. That's why I love you, man. So you will wait and inherit the wealth. Don't try to take anything else now. Just wait.
I'll wait.
Remember, I'm 67 now.
Okay.
It's near 37 years old. It's 33 years.
That's long, man.